What is happening at the Census Processing Office? 20,000 boxes containing 11 million questionnaires were sent out across the whole of Myanmar and returned to the Census Office in Naypyidaw by the 4th May 2014. Each township was given the exact date on which to deliver their questionnaires. The entire data capture process is seamless, with distinct stages for each of the census data capture process, which has 10 aspects. These include storage of the census data, the receiving process, enumeration area summary EA sheet, the preparation process, the registration process, the scanning process, character inspection, key corrections, monitoring and evaluation, and storage of data. Storage of the census data. Over 11 million questionnaires are cataloged in the storage area. Boxes are sealed in stacks in a strict order. Tough measures are in place to ensure data is confidential. The storage area is locked and only the right staff can access it. When the boxes containing the census data were returned from the field to Census Office, they were arranged by state, region, district, township, and ward or village tract and enumeration areas. Myanmar was divided into 81,744 enumeration areas prior to the census. An enumeration area is the geographic area where the population is counted by a census enumerator. The boxes are stored on shelves using a catalog system. This means a questionnaire can be retrieved for any household if necessary, but only by authorized personnel. Once the data capturing processes have been completed, all boxes are sealed, returned, and then placed on their designated shelf in the storage area. Colored stickers on boxes indicate whether the questionnaires have been prepared for scanning, blue, registered in the scanning system, green, or already scanned, orange. The receiving process. Township census officers have accounted for the number of questionnaires received and returned for their enumeration areas. They have provided explanations for enumeration areas and households that have not been accounted for in an enumeration area. All township census officers visited the census office to account for the number of questionnaires they have received and returned for their enumeration areas. After checking the questionnaires for each enumeration area, the township census officers, in addition to the person counting the number of questionnaires, recorded and signed a form, and the boxes were then resealed. This process was completed on the 3rd July 2014. Enumeration Area Summary EA Sheet. The information on the enumeration area summary sheets was manually entered into a computer database. This process was completed by 8 July 2014. The enumeration area summary sheet collected information on the total number of males and females present in a household on the census night. This information will show the total population of Myanmar. If the totals do not add up correctly for every household in each enumeration area, the data has to be added up in Microsoft Excel. Kin Samye and Tintinla, who are staff officers in charge of this section, said, "When we received the enumeration area summary sheets, we entered the number of males and females, the number of private and institutional households, and the total population for each enumeration area. There are 12 people in our team. We enter 2,500 enumeration summary sheets every day. The data is entered manually. If the total population for the enumeration area is wrong, it has to be added up in Microsoft Excel, which is very slow." The preparation process. Staff check the enumeration area number. They remove staples and check that the questionnaire is not damaged, and then split the questionnaire into a long perforated line in preparation for scanning. They then complete a folio form detailing the number of questionnaires for each enumeration area. The sealed boxes are opened and the enumeration summary EA sheet is removed and put in a separate file. The number of questionnaires inside the box is counted for each enumeration area. Staff remove all blank questionnaires, all staples, and check that the households are in sequence, example 1 to 25. Staff check the state, region, district, township, ward or village tract, and the enumeration area number pre-allocated during the mapping process. If a questionnaire does not belong to a particular enumeration area, it is taken to the right box. Specially trained staff visually inspect each questionnaire. On every questionnaire, there is a sample of how the numbers should be written. In the few cases where the marking or number is not properly filled in inside the box, the mark or number is moved and placed inside the box that was initially incorrectly filled in. All such correction can be traced back to the original check-in office. If the questionnaire is damaged or has been filled in using ink, then the information from the questionnaire is transcribed onto a new questionnaire and is then signed by the supervisor. No data is changed at this stage. Once this process is completed, a folio form is filled out. This form has information on the number of questionnaires for each enumeration area by state, region, district, township, ward or village tract, as well as whether it is a rural or urban area. A blue sticker is then put on the box to indicate that the preparation process is complete and the registration process can begin. Dotida, in charge of the preparation process, explained her role. She said, "After the data has been received, I check how many household or institution questionnaires there are in each box. Then I check the enumeration area list to see if there are any questionnaires missing. If any questionnaires are missing, I correct the folio form. I oversee a team of 93 people who complete about 25 to 35 enumeration areas a day." The registration process. A database in the registration area already contains all the enumeration area codes for Myanmar which were entered prior to the census taking place. If the enumeration area number is wrong, the computer flashes up that the enumeration area does not exist or that the enumeration area has already been scanned. Once the folio forms have been entered, a batch header is printed which shows the enumeration area and the number of questionnaires. Donna Nailwe, immigration officer, said, "I and 5 others received the folio forms from the preparation area and enter the information into the computer. If there are any mistakes, I inform the supervisor as only she can make corrections. We enter about 900 forms a day. Once the folio forms have been entered, a batch header is printed which shows the state, region, district, township, ward or village tract, and enumeration area and the number of questionnaires. The registration and scanning database are linked, so the scanner knows how many questionnaires it should receive for each enumeration area. A green sticker is put on the box to show the questionnaires have been registered." The scanning process. The census office has 8 state-of-the-art scanners. Around 150,000 questionnaires are scanned a day. The batch header is scanned, and the scanner confirms that the questionnaires have been registered. The state-of-the-art scanner can tell if there is a difference between the number of questionnaires on the batch header and the number it has scanned. The scanner rejects any damaged forms. Wang Pyohan, assistant director who is responsible for the scanning process, said, "I'm in charge of a team of 11 people. When I receive the batch header from registration with the number of questionnaires for each enumeration area, they are scanned. If there are any errors, such as the number of questionnaires does not match the total on the batch header or there is dirt on the form, the scanning machine rejects the questionnaires. If the number on the batch header does not match the number of questionnaires, I go back to the registration team. If there are errors on over 5 questionnaires, I go back to the preparation team. We scan around 75,000 forms a shift. The machines are very fast and accurate. As the forms are scanned, the information is automatically captured in a database. Once the questionnaires have been scanned, an orange sticker is put on the outside of the box to show that the scanning process has been completed." Character inspection. This team looks at possible errors in the numbers written on the form. For example, a 3 may look like an 8. The computer flashes up the characters it cannot accurately classify. Trained computer operators highlight the characters which need to go to key corrections. The database deliberately plants errors to check that staff are continuously scrutinizing the forms for character anomalies. Domamau, staff officer of the Department of Population, said, "When we receive the data from the scanned forms, the computer software flashes up the characters it cannot recognize. For example, a 3 may look like an 8. The mistake is highlighted and then sent to the key correction team." Key corrections. Key correction operators check the highlighted numbers on each questionnaire by clicking on the number to enlarge it. Some numbers are written in Myanmar, so the computer cannot recognize them. Some numbers are written in English, but a 5 may look like an 8 or a 3 may look like a 9. If the operator is unsure about the correction, he/she consults with their supervisor. Doma Ma'u, staff officer of the Department of Population, said, "When we receive the possible corrections from the character inspection team, we have to make corrections by checking the highlighted number in the questionnaire. Sometimes the scanner does not identify the correct number because of poor handwriting. The operator clicks on the highlighted number to enlarge it and is able to see what the number should be and makes the correction." Monitoring and evaluation. At any time, supervisors and managers can look at a database that shows them, for example, how many forms have been scanned or how many characters have been inspected. Staff can be relocated to the other data processing areas where there is a backlog that is slowing the data processing process down. Storage of data. The Census Office has state-of-the-art computer technology. All census data is backed up every day both at Naypyidaw and remotely. In conclusion, all this information illustrates the many stages of analyzing the data collected during the census and that quality assurance for data analysis is a key component of this entire process. It also shows that conducting a census is a huge and time-consuming undertaking. However, when the results of the recent nationwide census are published, they will help to formulate development policies and projects to improve the current and future lives of all people in Myanmar.